They stun the world. They beat challenges and move mountains. They make a difference. They are kings and queens, celebrities and political leaders. But most importantly, they're also everyday folks just like you. Master Thinkers and Movers.
And we're so happy to be with you today. At Samarita, our mission is to educate people, when necessary, with the little bit that we have, to motivate them, to encourage them, to help when we can, so that they're able to do more good. So we come with the understanding that people are already doing good things, but sometimes they might get stuck or they need a little bit of help. And if we have it, we give it to them. So welcome. And it's in, that context that I want to introduce you to a very special young lady. Her name is Tina Marie Rodriguez. She is the CEO of Miss Tina Marie Speaks, and she's an amazing woman. And, the heart is her thing. So she's got a lot of goodies today for your heart and for your soul. And her story is amazing. Just a wonderful individual to know. And I'm happy to call her my sister. And without further ado, I want to introduce you to Tina Marie Rodriguez. Hey, sis.
Hey, sis. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
It is phenomenal being here this evening with you, getting to spend some time and getting to talk about Samarita Global Outreach. My sister here, Maurice, is pretty phenomenal. She doesn't often say this, but I'm going to be the one to tell you. She's behind the scenes. She is always working, as you know. She's just simply a beautiful soul, and I'm grateful that God aligned us and connected us to be together and to, like she said, to encourage, to empower, to do our part. People are put in people's lives for different reasons and different seasons. And it's seasons such as a time as this. I am grateful and humbled to be a part of Samarita Global Outreach. It is a phenomenal organization that is in Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and in the United States. I'm just glad to be a small part of it. I am Tina Marie Rodriguez. I am the proud and humbled CEO of Miss Tina Marie Speaks, as well as Open Heart, Open Hands Ministry, which walks hand in hand, side by side with Samarita Global Outreach. And it's in the little things. Let's never forsake small beginnings. And that's to any lady or even gentleman. Never forsake small beginnings. There's a testimony in that. Even in the storm, challenges, however, whatever it may be, keep pushing, keep moving forward. Even if there is nothing left, you think there's nothing left to fight for. Trust and believe me when I tell you there is always something to move forward to. God has used me, has broken me, rebroken me. And anytime I think about it, it's the potter's story. We're his clay. So he's going to reshape us, remold us, uproot us to different places. And no matter what stage of life you're in, whether you're just starting out, you're facing health challenges, you're facing financial losses, you may even be facing homes being lost due to storms, financial losses, whatever it is. Trust me, you're not starting over. You're not starting from scratch. You're rebuilding. You're rebuilding in him for something better that he wants for you.
And that's what you get from Tina Marie Rodriguez all day long, encouragement and all kinds of wonderful things like that. But I have a surprise for her today. And I do this all the time to her, and she always gets mad at me. Here's this, no, okay. It's a surprise though. This time it's not, I promise you, this is good.
There's been a lot of surprises.
I promise this one is good. So before
they're all good.
I promise. This one is really good. Before COVID, I was doing a podcast called MasterThinkers&Movers. and we had to put a stop to it because it was just too much. And it's from Samaritan Global Outreach. And it's a thing where we highlight individuals who are really moving in the communities everywhere and doing good, but not everybody knows about it, and they don't do it for that purpose. You see what I'm saying? So they're not looking for the accolades. They're not looking, to be showed off. But there are things that people do. You just have to talk about it, and you just have to put them on a platform and say, look, you're going to talk about this. So I want you to know that this is the first episode actually of Master Thinkers and Movers since COVID. And we are graced by your presence. Ooh. And as the name, right, as the name says, these people, we say the master thinkers and movers are everywhere. You just have to look long enough. You just have to listen, hard enough. And your heart has to be open wide enough to see them and to appreciate them, because they're the everyday mothers that are getting up early in the morning. They're thinking and they're moving. It's two things. So you have to think it and then you put it into action. So there's no better example than Tina Marie Rodriguez, who thinks and, my gosh, who moves. I don't know how much of her story she's going to want to share with you tonight, because we're trying to keep this short for you. But I think, Tina, you could tell them a little bit about maybe what you've been through in the past year. Just so, because when you come out and you speak like that, right? Some people might think, okay, well, she's got it all together. She's never had you know what I mean? But when they hear where that comes from, it'll encourage somebody. So having said that, I'm gonna turn it over to you, my sis.
Well, sis, once again, you got me. Remember, I'm gonna get you back. I'm honored to be on the podcast. We've always talked about a podcast, so I am so grateful. Many abundant blessings on this. May it get hit Spotify. And just be a blessing to whoever he is. I know it's going to be a blessing, and I'm honored to be the first.
We are at Spotify. I gotta get that going again, but we have a spot there. The older episodes.
Okay. Well, I can't wait to hear the older episodes, and I'm grateful to be here. I am a mom, first and foremost. I am a woman of God. I am not perfect when I say that, because when you say woman of God, everybody thinks, oh my God, she's got everything together and nothing touches her, nothing bothers her. I am a mother, I am a grandmother, a proud grandmother of that, two grandbabies, two beautiful grandsons. Let's just start. It's been a challenge, and like I said, we all face storms. And I choose to use storms because when you see a storm, everybody knows, whether it's a tornado or a hurricane or just a regular rainstorm, it beats on things. We don't look at it that way, but if you go outside and you look and it's pouring rain, your car is getting washed or the ground is getting watered. But it's not always pleasant. You have the thunder, you have the lightning. Some areas you have flooding. It's no different with us than what we go through. I could say for the last, it's going to be almost 2 years. It's going to be 2 years in December that I was diagnosed with breast cancer and lung cancer within a month of each other. Prior to that, I lost my dad. Just recently, and I have not shared this, I didn't have a home on March 9th, a home that I spent 7 years in. That God helped me build up from the ground up. Some people would say, oh, that's punishment. It wasn't punishment. Neither situation. The journey of going through breast cancer, still going through it, still going through lung cancer, but knowing God is going to get the victory in this. And a year from now, a year from this very date, I will be saying, I am saying right now, I'm not going to wait for the year, that I'm healed and I'm whole and I'm restored. Amen. But I'm still going through. I think the hardest part of this whole journey was not having control in certain situations, from the health issues to leaving my home after 7 years and saying, okay, what do I do now? Where am I going to go? And it was not just with me. I had my daughter as well. But see, when you're going through the storms, it doesn't last always. The rain stops eventually, the sun comes out. I am in a beautiful place. It is a peaceful place. It's a hot place.
I know,
But
that's why I'm like this. I'm like, I usually don't wear sleeveless anything without covering my shoulders. I'm like, it's hot.
it's hot. It definitely is hot. And I'm surrounded by where I didn't have family. Family showed up and showed out. And it's not biological. It was God connected. From the time I stepped onto the soil of where I am right now and that's been over, wow, 2 months almost.
Wow.
So, and God has turned many, 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 many things around. What I thought was going to be hell, the devil got sucker punched. I'm still standing. God is going to get the victory. And I'm here to say to people, we are not what we look. I mean, thank God. I don't look like what I've been through or what I'm going through. Yeah, some grays. Yep. It's highlights, wisdom highlights, as I call them. But I didn't think I was going to get this far. And things have been. And one of my things is life is a gift. That's why I said to the women of Samaritan Global and the men, life is a gift wrapped in precious moments and the people we experience them with. I've said it. I am now living it day by day, not taking a minute for granted. All right, so you don't have the Benz, you don't have the house you want, you don't have this, but be grateful for the little things. If it's anything that God has taught me this past 2.5 years and has showed me every single day, it's the little things that matter, whether it's a card, a text, a call, especially a phone call. Because people want to be seen, valued, and acknowledged, even if it's for the little things. That's why I said in the very beginning, do not forsake small beginnings. Check your heart daily, because sometimes it's us, not the other person. Sometimes it is the other person. But you know what? Let them go. Pray for them. Pray for yourself. Let them go. Love it from a
Something,
distance.
yeah, what I was thinking as you're speaking, is the transitioning, as I watch you go from one stage to the next, and I mean that in a positive way, of growth and wisdom. And you came here for your birthday, and it was so funny because we thought, first of all, the way you ended up getting here from Georgia was crazy. Then
Yes.
here you are, and then we're thinking, okay, we're gonna surprise her. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. And you're the one who surprised us. You blessed us with your birthday. The ones of us who were there,
Yes.
and it was one of the best moments of my life. And the greatest testimony to that was not only the people who got to meet you for the first time, who didn't even know you, and they just came, right? Such as Ms. Viv, who's in love with you.
I love Ms. Viv.
but what was really, a thing for me is the happiness of that day, and
3 days.
the way, and then people saying, Tina's not sick. Look at her. Are you sure? And I'm like, yeah. So it's just the grace of God. And it also has something to do, and I want to ask, because we're talking, right? We're talking not only to members of Samaritan Global, because this is on YouTube, so it's the world, it's women everywhere. Where do you find that thing that, you get up in the morning going what you're going through, and there's that thing that tells you, okay, or that makes you get up and you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to try again, and I'm going to believe God. I'm not only going to believe in him, but I'm going to believe him, and I'm going to do my thing today. What do you find that?
It has nothing to do with me, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to be, and I'm going to say this, and as you're right, we're not just speaking to Samaritan Global Outreach. We're not just speaking to this person or that person. This is for everybody, whether you're a believer or non-believer, whether you believe a different way than we do, different faiths. It's your soul. It's your soul. My soul won't let me give up. And that's only controlled by one person for me. And that's God. That's the one who created me. That's God. And anything that I've been through, and going through cancer, yeah, okay, that's a battle. It's a journey. I've been through more than that. And I'm still standing. So I tell people, listen, and I say this often, and I say it to myself, especially during this journey of cancer, look inside yourself. Look inside yourself. We're fearfully and wonderfully made. I've held on to that since the day I was diagnosed. We are created in his image. For people who do not believe the way that we do, I'm still going to tell you, look inside yourself. You're stronger than you think you are. You're braver than what you think. You're more beautiful or handsome than you think. Especially, we just celebrated Mother's Day. And that stuck with me, to look at every single different type of mother that we saw that day. To spend that time with you, to come back and still spend time with my best friend, who you met over the birthday weekend, Anna. Was like a sister to me, another sister, a tough one at that, and her daughters. Just to see them now be mothers themselves, watch them growing up from babies to now, and the kids. It was just since I came, before my birthday, a little couple of days before my birthday. It's just been a spectacular thing. It's looking inside your soul. It is relying on your faith.
I'm so glad you said that. And
your support system.
Yeah,
even if it's one or two people. And I don't mean, I hold that thought for a minute. Because with this journey, as you well know, you were the first one to know. And you rode the wave with me. Shelly came in after that.
Yeah.
Anna, she powerhouse that she is, came up and took control. And it's your support system. It's also, I had to learn. And in between that time, I lost my dad, which was another shock to my system. He passed away during that time. You never know how strong you are until you have to go through something.
Absolutely. What I was going to say earlier is, when you mentioned that it was God and it was your faith, Liz Kleber said something during one of our conferences, the ER is full, when it was her turn to speak in one of the segments. And I'm going to kill it because I can't remember it word for word. But what she was saying is that we, right, as as we get older, as we go through the different stages in life, right? You know how you have these different pillars in life. You have family, you have friends, you have fun, and all of those things, right? And faith is one. And she says, as you go through the different stages in life and you're getting older and older, you become less relevant in every other area except your faith. And basically what she said, family is still important, but you're important in a different way. You're not as important to them in that big way, but you're still important, but in a different way. And I'm going to tell people to watch that. I forget which video it is, but I'll pin it here so that they can see. It was a wonderful moment. She is such a great speaker. And when she said that, it came from the heart. And it made such an impression on me. And that's why it's so great to hear you say that today, that it's my faith. It's God,
Another thing that I learned during this journey, and you could say, you mentioned pillars, which was great. You can have 3 pillars. You can have 4 pillars. I call them building blocks. And the 4 building blocks throughout this whole journey that keeps reoccurring, it keeps coming back, is faith, hope, love, and courage.
Amen.
Because without the faith, it wouldn't have produced hope. Without the faith, it wouldn't produce the courage. And it's something that was said to me today that struck me in a different way. You know how you hear the phrase, and it was said twice. You said it this morning, and then it was confirmed this afternoon for me. Two different topics of conversation. We walk by faith, not by sight.
Amen. Amen.
If we never, and it goes back to almost what? The ER is full, is almost 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
If you never heard what was said to you that day with that pastor, and then brought it, and us combining together, would have never known.
Yeah. Yeah.
If that's not taking a courageous step, and again, and I thank you once again, Dare to Care, Courageous Conversations came out of a conversation we were having.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't
I'm sorry, I'm being rude, but I have to let the folks know, and we're going to finish because we don't, you're going to have to come back. Like, you're going to be little do you know.
With pleasure.
Yeah, because we have a lot to talk about. But we have these conversations, you and I, and for a pretty good amount of time, we were doing IG lives, which worked out, but then we kind of phased out of that. But the conversations we have are conversations that can benefit the world. And many times we're having them and then we're like, my gosh, we should be sitting in front of a crowd saying this, because these are such great things. Like, they're so powerful, right? And they're about everyday things that women go through, that men go through, that young people go through. And we just wish we had a camera on us maybe sometimes when we're having this conversation. So there'll be a lot more to come.
Yes,
we're barely scratching the surface. And I'm sure everybody, can you see now, you guys, why I say she's a master thinker and mover? You haven't even seen anything yet. You haven't even heard anything yet. So I'm so excited, T. I'm going to give you the opportunity to let the folks know. And I'm going to say this, please don't get mad at me, okay? We're not doing this for this reason, but everybody knows that to be going through this, you call it a journey, is something that's difficult. It's difficult. And, so if anybody is interested, if the story touched you and, you'd like to help my sis pay for some medical bills, whatever, you can do. She's going to tell you, and you're not going to, don't say no, just tell the people how to reach you. That's all. It's an order. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can't argue with you. I guess you can send it through Cash App. I do not know my Cash App.
They email you?
You can email me. Yes, you can email me at tina@mstinamariespeaks.com. You can also leave me a message on Instagram, LinkedIn, and or Facebook. It is Tina Marie Rodriguez. Obviously, this is not my picture on Facebook. I do have red hair at that point, but this is a journey, and it was a physical journey where changes have taken place. But you will see me. I'm on Facebook. I am on Instagram and LinkedIn. Or email me. That is the best way. Tina@MsTinaMarieSpeaks.com.
And I found your Cash App. Is it okay to say it?
Go ahead.
Okay, the Cash App is real easy. It's, of course, the $, MS for Miss, MS Tina Marie. That's TINAMARIE 777. So it's $. Doesn't matter if the letters that are capitalized. Does it matter?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
Okay, well, just in case, it's $, capital M, small s, capital T, INA, capital MARIE 777. All right. So it was so awesome talking to you.
It's awesome talking to you.
For you.
It's always awesome talking to you. I do have to say, listen, check out my sister Maurice on Clubhouse where we fight. It is a room like none other, Monday through Friday, 7:10 a.m. Yes, it is early, but it is so worth it. Check out her Master Movers and Thinkers and Movers, or Movers and Thinkers. I'm sorry.
We think first, then we move.
Think first and then we move. Yes, Thinkers and Movers. It's getting way past my bedtime. Don't laugh. It's okay. This is what happens. Please check out her podcast. Simply go to her Instagram page, especially. And I'm going to say this because for we as women and as mothers, we need some of that time to take care of ourselves. If it wasn't confirmed, it was confirmed for us on Mother's Day in a service about self-care. Don't wait until you're older to appreciate self-care. Start, if you didn't start before, start where you are right now. Go to her TikTok. Okay? She has some beautiful things that you can take. She's no more than 2 minutes. I've checked. Trust me. No more than 2 minutes of beautiful things in nature. Start there, and then let's build. Let's grow.
Let's go and let's grow. Thank you so much, sis. And everything she said, right back at her, to do the same thing for her. We thank you so much for your time today. For joining us. Remember to always do good. Let's never grow tired of doing good. My name is Maurice Nelson. I was joined by my beautiful sister, Tina Marie Rodriguez. You will see more of her. Have yourself a wonderful day, and remember, nothing is happening today that you and God cannot handle together, okay? Till we see you. Have a wonderful day. We love you. Bye.
Love you. Bye.